Welcome to digitalconstructive.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about the C-27 license, also known as the Landscaping Contractor license. A landscaping contractor constructs, maintains, repairs, installs, or subcontracts the development of landscape systems and facilitates for the public and private gardens and other areas which are designed to aesthetically, architecturally, horticulturally, or functionally improve the grounds within a surrounding structure or tract or plot of land. In connection therewith, a landscape contractor prepares and grades plots and areas of land for the installation of any architectural, horticultural, or decorative treatment or arrangement. And that definition is straight from the CSLB website, and that's the Contractor State License Board. So basically, a C-27 license is required to bid on any landscaping projects where the total cost exceeds $500 in labor and materials. Now, how long does it take to get a C-27 license? Generally, you're looking at a time frame of about 90 days. Now, the time of year you send your application, whether or not you have a criminal history, or whether or not your application is put up for further review are all different factors that can add to that 90-day time frame, but typically you're looking at about a 6 to 8 week application processing time, and then maybe another 3 to 4 weeks before you go and take your tests. Now, what are the basic requirements for a landscape contractor license? You got to be at least 18 years of age. You've got to have a valid driver's license or USA ID. You got to have a Social Security or ITIN number. And you can't currently be on probation or parole. The experience requirements are that you have at least 4 years full-time journey level experience within the last 10 years as a landscaper. You've got to have somebody who can sign off on that experience. And then you've got to be able to document your experience to the CSLB in the event that they ask you to submit documentation. Now, who can sign off on your experience? You can use a general contractor. You could use a C-27 license holder. You could use a foreman or supervisor. You could use a fellow journeyman or employee within the last 10 years. Or you could use a business associate in some cases. Now, filling out your C-27 license application is kind of tricky. Your qualifying individual, so whoever you choose to sign off on your experience, is also going to need to provide a brief but detailed description of your knowledge and your skill set. And the way this description is written is critical to whether or not your application is accepted. So for example, writing, Jorge is a really nice guy and has trimmed grass, that's just not going to be accepted because it's not descriptive enough for the CSLB. They're going to want to see a description that sounds more like Jorge has prepared and tested soil, he's installed lawns, transplanted trees, maintained gardens, installed drainage systems, etc. Now, if you need help filling out the application, you're going to see a link pop up. If anything that you would definitely want to have guidance on, it would be filling out the application because it can cost you a lot of time and cost you a lot of money if it's not filled out correctly. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely check out the link. Now, your criminal history. Everybody has to do live scan fingerprinting when they apply for a contractor license. Be honest on the application. Whatever you did in the past, even if it was expunged, it's going to come up when you do live scan fingerprinting. You have to divulge charges when you're applying for a state license, so just be honest. Typically, the CSLB is looking for fraud, forgery, and embezzlement. Those are the 3 big red flags for the CSLB. So if what you did doesn't fall under those categories, 95% chance you'll be okay, but you'll want to be prepared to submit any court documents that the CSLB asks. Now, what's on the exam? There's going to be 2 parts. There's going to be 115 questions on contractor law. There's going to be 115 questions on landscaping. There'll be 3 hours to complete each portion. The test is multiple choice, and it's going to be done on site on a computer. And you can bring a translator if you need to. Now, the C-27 license exam has 26% covering planning and estimation, 14% covering construction preparation, 16% covering hardscape installation, 24% covering drainage, irrigation, lighting, and plant installation. 10% of the test covers maintenance and repair. And 10% of the test covers safety. Now, again, if you want some help preparing for the exam, or you know, some more information about what's going to be on the test, what's going to be on the contractor license exam, you'll see a link pop up, and I definitely encourage you to check that out if you have any more questions about what's going to be on the exam. Now, after you pass the test, you'll get your results immediately. Again, it's done on a computer, so you'll know whether you pass or fail right there on the spot. You can take a retake. Typically within 3 weeks, you can go and retake the exam. Now, after you pass, you're going to pay your license activation fee, and then you're going to provide what's called a contractor bond number. And then typically you get your contractor license in the mail in about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, what are the costs associated with a contractor license? You're going to pay a state application fee, you're going to pay a license activation fee, and then a renewal fee every 2 years. You got to pay for the cost of fingerprinting, and then you got to provide a contractor bond fee. So at the end of this video, you're going to see an option, a video where you can see the most up-to-date contractor license fees. And then you're also going to see a video explaining in detail what a contractor bond is. I suggest that you watch both of those videos because they're going to go into a lot of detail about these topics. So in conclusion, you know, getting your C-27 license, it's a very smooth process if you have the correct information, if your application is filled out correctly, and then obviously if you pass the test the first time. If you have any questions at any point, drop a comment, like our video, subscribe to our channel. We're dropping a lot of new videos every day. I just want to thank you again for watching, and this is digitalconstructive.com.